Well, hello. I don't know if everything's working. Everything should be working. I'm pretty sure everything is indeed working. That seems to be blank. Is the screen blank? Is everything working? Yeah, looks like it's working. How is everyone? So, a little bit of a different setup. The camera's different, the mic is different, and basically, I've changed everything because in the summer we're hoping to obviously get out of the UK. We're going to be travelling about. I'm going to bring you guys with me, so I've had to change everything so it's portable. Portable. But I forgot my headphones, so I don't know if you can hear me. So hopefully you can hear me. I'll nip into chat. I've got this over here. I've basically got two computers now. So I've got this iMac here and I've got the MacBook. So when I'm sharing documents, I'm going to be looking over here so you get to see a side shot. And if I'm looking over here, I'll put something on this screen. So what do we got? Let me go on here because I can pin some things up on the screen. I've got two mouses as well. This is going to get really confusing. But very cool colours. Thank you. Thank you. Like I say, believe it or not, the camera that I'm using in tonight's live is my phone. That is the phone camera. So I've actually temporarily retired the main camera that I use. I've put it away until after the summer, and then I'll bring it back out later on in the year. So how is everyone? We got, what mods are we going? We got Dixie. Hello Dixie. We got My May, Superior Dreams. I'm using the wrong mouse. Let me see if I can scroll down. Who we got? We got Jennifer in. Hello Jennifer. And I think that might be it. Superior Dreams for the moderators. That should be enough, shouldn't it? But unless we get some people who are angry with my comments about Michelle After Dark. And look, I'll get back into that in a second. I've got some earrings as well that I'm going to be giving away. And look, I've got, no, not that one, this one. See, I've got an off-white earring in, and I'm going to be giving away some other off-white earrings, which I have here. I'm going to open them up. Authenticity cards, and they're these. I had some before. I gave some away before. And I've got some more. So I'm going to give them away again. Brian Exoneration. I'm going to go through that, don't worry. We're going to talk about that. But we are going to be talking about something else in a second, which is going to split the room. But I'll just nip into comments and let's have a look and see who's about. I'm not going to go through and go hello, 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 because that is just shit. We don't want to do that. What do we got? Vicky Jolly. Your house always looks so tidy. How do you manage that with all your kids? This is not a part of the house that they have access to. This is just this. This is just for this. So yeah, if it was different, then yeah, that would look very different. But we are tidy. We're tidy, and the kids are tidy as well. Bless them. They are very, very tidy. I say probably not all of them are, but the majority of them are, which that helps. Michelle is a little nutty. And to be fair, baby girl, you was one of the people who you will remember she attacked. You had a difference of opinion and she went batshit crazy about it. She literally paused the live to give you a running through. I remember that well. And look, I got a few comments saying, right, that's it, I'm unfollowing you now. And look, I get it, but I don't do this for followers. I don't do it for, for anything other than to be honest and truthful. And not, if it's got to be said, it's got to be said. And Michelle After Dark is a frustrating channel because she is fantastic at certain things. The way that she can put her stuff together, her timeline work, the information, the way she does her channel is very, very good. And she should have twice the amount of subscribers. She really should. And it's her attitude towards those that follow her that severs that. And it's, you know, it's constructive criticism. You can't attack people for not agreeing with you. You can't belittle people for not having the same opinion as you when you're just having an opinion. You know, it is just an opinion. Because at the end of the day, like in the Nicola Bulley case, unless you was there on the day, how can you be 100% sure? You can think you're right. You can pretty much think, I've looked at everything and that's what I've deducted from it. But at the end of the day, it's nothing more than your opinion. And other people have got different opinions. There you go. Anyway, that's enough of that. What do we got? I love your no BS, straight to the point, matter-of-fact ways. And you've got to be like that, I think, in this day and age. Too many people beat around the bush. And time's money, as they say. Time's money. You guys have got stuff that you want to be doing. And you can't sit around listening to people ramble on. Do you know what I mean? Northerners are blunt. Humans are blunt. I think just humans in general are quite blunt. Dixie, she is always right, in her eyes anyway. She corrects people and laughs at them, and I can't stand it. And that's what I don't like. How many kids do I have? We have 5. We have 5 children, which is 4 girls, 1 boy, ranging from 9, which is the youngest, to 17, which is the oldest, which is Sienna, who has sung on the channel before. For those of you who have been around a while, you'll remember Sienna singing before. What do we got? I appreciate you, Harsh. You're honest. When you're wrong, you tell us, and you're funny as hell. Yeah, because, you know what I mean? You have to be willing to admit when you're wrong if you're willing to say things that might split the room, as I say. But I haven't done a live for a while. Ali Brooks, let's see Milo, please. Milo should be back Sunday, I believe, when the building is done. I should have had the last delivery in today, but it didn't turn up. It was supposed to be here, and it didn't turn up. So I'm hoping it will come tomorrow and that can be finished. But there you go. Apology for Justin for what? The apology to Justin is because Justin felt that the comments that I made about him were wrong. When in fact he was an idiot. You're sniffing, so I hope you're feeling okay. I've got a bit of a cold. I haven't been right since COVID, if I'm brutally honest. That dreaded C word. Yeah, it's like sleeping. I can't sleep anymore. Member 5 months, Jamie. Much respect for all you do for us. Thank you very much, Jamie. And a member for 5 months. And we've got Sam Panther has joined as well. Thank you for all of you guys who have joined. You apologise in the best way. Yeah. Fuck off, Justin. I hadn't even got my bleep button. I've got a button, I think. I just haven't got the bleep button. Let me have a look. What have I got? I think I've got this. So I could do that. Whoa, I don't know whether that went through on the live or not. Every time I swear I'll do that. Jesus. Anyway, so we get actually into the meat and potatoes. What the friggin' hell is that? So obviously you guys have had a lot going on in the States, haven't you? You've had a lot going on. You've had this school shooting on Monday. And do you know what? I'm just going to take a few minutes just to address this. And again, we're going to split the room, aren't we? Because we're going to say some stuff and, you know, I just see Trump has been indicted. Do you know what? I daren't even go into that. I daren't even touch that. I'll wait and see how that pans out. I'm brave, but I ain't that brave. But yeah, this school shooting, do you know what I mean? It's yeah, it's horrendous. It's horrendous. Now, we because of what we do and what we talk about these cases. We talk about like the Idaho case. We talk about the Kylie Rodni case, and we find ourselves a lot of the time attacking law enforcement. We do, because when you're looking at a case and you're invested in a case very heavily, it's very easy for us to point out the mistakes that they make. And I think it's very important when they do something completely fantastic that we also address that. And for that reason, I think we should just take a moment just to consider the bravery of the officers that entered that school on Monday. I don't think, I'm not 100% sure whether we would even get that in the UK. I genuinely don't. Thank you very much, Kelly. That is very kind of you. It says, I have nothing better to do than listen to you, common sense and wonderful voice. Thank you. I think the quality of my voice may have dropped. I've got a different mic system. This is a wireless mic, so I can walk around. I've got a video coming later, which is back outside. I actually got to do a video outside. So, yeah, you get to see, I actually done it when the sun was setting, so it's actually a video in the sunset. Lovely, you're going to like that. But yeah, back to it. The officers, yeah, these officers who entered that school, that is, what can we say? It's when they do things like that that you just truly, you can't do anything other than appreciate the fact that they're there and they're willing to put their own lives on the line for children. And, it's, credit where credit is due. It's amazing to see stuff like that. Again, when we criticise, we can criticise if it's valid, but when they do something like this, look, if we can criticise, then we can praise. And do you know what I mean? That is it. Addy, yeah, the cops went into the school. That's not usual for some reason. Very brave. It is. Shall I get rid of this? Hit that like button, smash that like button, or I'll smash you. I'll get rid of that. We'll get that off the screen. This is a little bit violent, isn't it? And Tiffany, thank you so much. Tiffany as well. It's very kind of you. And Sam Panther. This screen, it just crazy me. I'm glad I got too much. I keep having to turn this screen back on because I have to keep an eye on the chat. But yeah, look, good point. What we got here, look, none your business. People need to respect law enforcement unless it's warranted not to, and only to that specific person or agency. You can't blame them all for the bad ones. They handled the TN shooting flawlessly. They were awesome. And yeah, do you know what I mean? That is absolutely right. How many people, if you went and said, look, be absolutely honest, would you have been able to go into that situation like they did and handle it like that? How many people could honestly say that they could do that? I don't think there'd be many. But the one thing that did frustrate me, and I will say this, and this is going to be the bit that splits the room now. And look, I know the gun laws in the US are very different to many countries. But in this situation, we've got someone who has obtained the guns illegally, which, regardless of your laws, I'd still think that this person, if someone wants to get a gun, they'll get a gun. We have shootings in this country, and we've got some of the strictest laws there are, but people still get guns and they still shoot people. And they were ill. They were mentally ill. So again, we've got someone who's obtained guns illegally, they're mentally ill, and then you've got people outside the school preaching that the laws need to change in order to stop this issue. And I just don't think that's the point here. I don't. And maybe it's because I don't live in your country, I don't understand it, and I get that, so I could be completely wrong. But, and I'm not saying it to try and split the room, I'm just, my thought process is that I think there's more to it than the laws. But there we go. And Cindy Newfield, I wish I could super chat harsh, truly not. Do you know what? Just being here is enough. Anybody in here, do not feel bad for not being able to super chat. Please don't. The fact that you're here, the fact that you hit that like. Now, if you don't hit the like button, that's a different kettle of fish because that's free shit. So hit the like button. But super chats, please. Pay your bills, eat your food, look after your family, look after your children first. They are far more important than I am. So what do we got? I have heard they were gotten illegally and legally. Do we know now? I think there was a mixture, Addy. From what I was listening to, there was a pretty much an arsenal of guns, but the 3 that were taken into the school, I believe 2 of them were obtained illegally and 1 of them was legally. I'm guessing the handgun likely legally, but the automatics were likely illegally. Dope Soul's in the house. Hello, Dope Soul. Angie Saunders, member for 5 months. Hello. Hello. Let's have a look. Squids, at this point, that's a bit like trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube. There's 450 million registered guns in the US today, not counting the unregistered. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And that's it. I think the biggest thing to tackle across the entire world is mental health. It's about sinking more money into the care of people. And it's not even just about mental health. It's about looking after people in general. It's about making the world a better place for people to live so their mental health doesn't suffer. It's not like, how many people have mental health issues because of situations like the cost of living crisis. And you're seeing the price of fuel going up, you're seeing the prices of everything going up, and we're being told that this is how it's got to be. But then you're seeing companies posting record profits over here, and you're thinking, and this is a mental health issue. People are going to become sick, they're going to become ill, they're going to become frustrated when they're not happy. When you start not being happy in your skin, if you start being unhappy about everything around you, do you know what I mean? It's a recipe for disaster. But I'll nip back into comments and see what other people are saying. The idea is to keep you for an hour and let you go. I don't like keeping you guys for too long. And we've got a little bit to get through. We're going to touch on Brian Kohberger, obviously, and this new information that's come out, just to clarify where that sits. Because I do think that there's some sensationalising of it, but there are some very serious things to consider from it. And it's about that balance, not sensationalising the issue, but understanding the impact that it can have. But let's have a look. What have we got? Pure Attitude. Bunch of freeloaders. If you don't hit the like button, go see Clara if you want to be a no good freeloader. I always say that. Go in and say freeloaders. Or go into other people's chats and say if you haven't hit the like button, you're a freeloader. Look, we've got 364 people in and 278 likes. That might be wrong. That's just what I've got. And I've got a thumbs down. That'll be a Michelle After Dark fan. Look, I said Michelle After Dark is fantastic. She just needs to stop belittling people. She needs to stop making people feel bad for not agreeing with her. And then she'll be all gravy, as they say. Do they like gravy up north? Think so. Gravy, or is that down south where they like gravy? I don't know. One or the other. My mate, I think we all have mental health issues sometimes. They just don't serve us. And that's a very, very valid point. I think that some people are just better at hiding it. Some people are very, very good at hiding what's going on. Some people aren't. At the end of the day, you apply enough pressure in the right place, and I talk about this specifically on our mental health lives, and I'm doing one on Sunday. I'd love for some of you guys who haven't taken part to come over and have a listen, but we talk about this, and I think it's important to understand that if you apply enough pressure to the right place, to the right person, then eventually they're going to break. And that's the issue. Right, well, what do we got? That manifest, it would be, I like clicking on comments, but then I read them and I'm like thinking, I missed some of that, didn't I? Lance G, gun laws are not the problem. I'm in the Western US and I can get and throw away illegal firearm in like 20 minutes. Yeah. Oop North, chips and gravy. Yeah, chips and gravy. See, I like gravy. Biscuit. What? Biscuits and gravy are good anytime, anywhere. Now, I'm hoping that I've misinterpreted what you mean by that, because when you say biscuits and gravy, like, from a UK perspective, I take that as you're dipping fucking bourbons into gravy and eating them. And I've got a story here. McDonald's, right? McDonald's, my other half, Mrs. Harsh, she dips chips in chocolate milkshake. That ain't right. But she's now got Hayden doing it, and he loves it. It's not right. It's not right. If you dip chips in chocolate milkshake, there is something wrong with you. Right. Chips and curry sauce. Oh, yes. Chips and curry sauce. Allegedly. Not the tool, it's the operator. 100%. 100%. Hello, Harsh and chat. Hopefully everyone is having a great evening. Thank you, Country Kitten. Yes, I hope we are all having... I don't even know what the time is. I have got, however, some Prime. If anybody wants to send me some Prime, you can. £15 a bottle. £15 a bottle, that is. £15 a bottle. American biscuits are our savoury scones, Harsh. Ah, you see, that sounds nice. That sounds nice. US biscuits are totally different, like dinner rolls. You see, that sounds really nice. When we say biscuits, that is literally like biscuits. I don't know what you'd call biscuits. Kelly Hansen has gifted 10 memberships. What an absolute hero. Thank you very much, Kelly. I don't know whether she's done that to punish some of you. Maybe she's done it to punish you. But I have got some, at the start of April, I've got some stuff coming specifically for the members. It's not going to change what's going on the main channel, but we've got cat head biscuits. Yum, what the hell are cat head biscuits? Dixie, what on earth are cat head biscuits? £8 in my pound shop at home. You're getting mugged. Yeah, but I don't know, because the clue's in the title there. £8 in my pound shop. You're getting mugged too. Like the shop that I go to, they're expensive for everything, so I expect it. I'd have gone into a pound shop expecting it to be £1, and I'm paying 8 times over the top. So I don't know. I look at it slightly different. What do we got? What do we got? Before I get back onto the Brian Koberger sent. Hey, I'm single and looking for a man. On my bucket list is UK or Ireland. If you know of any single men, love your show. Navalis, True Crime. He's in Ireland. He's got a very sexy voice. I don't know every single. But I don't actually... Does anybody know where Navalis is? Is Navalis about? Dope. Where is Navalis? Do we know? Right, let's have a go. Let's have a look. So, anyway, dumplings in the UK. Ah, see, I love dumplings. Yeah, dumplings in the UK. £15 per bottle. Yes, £15 per bottle. It's an absolute rip-off. Absolute rip-off. Anyway, so we do this. Let's get on to this before we start talking about absolute rubbish for the next half an hour. So what do we got? This is the problem that we've got. So Koberger, there's new stuff that's come out. Yeah, we do it all over here. Dating services, everything. we've got it all. I'm trying to get Navalis a date. There was another old boy. He's in our subscriber list. He's got himself a date, and he's been giving me updates on how that's going. He might show his face unless he's on a date tonight. But look, this is the issue that we've got. So obviously this Giglio stuff and all this, what's going on, right? So what we're saying is that there's an officer who is involved in the Koberger case. So when you think about that, you think, first of all, okay, so how are they involved in the Koberger case? How would an officer be involved in the Koberger case? So that would either be surveillance, that would either be the search, or it would be interviewing witnesses and obtaining witnesses, etc., etc. There's not many interactions that the officers would have had apart from those elements of the case. So when you take that into consideration, and it could be something to do with another case, then you then start thinking, okay, what's the problem? What are they being investigated for? So if that is evidence tampering, if that is coercion, then what happens if the case that they have got on Brian Koberger is purely based on the knife sheath and an eyewitness? And you've got an officer who dealt with these two things, who has been involved in coercion and or evidence tampering. Straight away, there is your reasonable doubt, because you've got information in the background regarding the sheath, the fact that it didn't have DNA, it got sent to another lab. They then found the DNA through their database, which is cold case database, and, you know, weren't even Brian Koberger's DNA, it was his father's that they tested it against, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's what you've got. So you will get the defence pushing hard that the evidence was tampered with, the witness was coerced. You will find, you think what we have said about Dylan Mortensen and her recollection that night, they will pull her apart. You know, people kicked off about us saying stuff and saying, oh, you're being cruel. Wait till she gets in front of that defence. And they say, so what was it? Was you frozen in fear? Or was you not? Because if you're frozen in fear, how the hell did you see how tall they were, what they were wearing, their facial features, how they left? They're going to pull them apart. And as soon as you start making people inside that property who they know were there when this happened, this could spin this completely on its head. I'm telling you. Because they could then go down the route of, is this some sort of conspiracy where they're trying to protect children with affluent families or money, whatever, to make Koberger look like he's the one who did it. Wrong place, wrong time. And this just spirals out of control. But it could be nothing. It could be nothing. It could just be that someone's involved in something else in another case, and it's got nothing to do with the elements that they touched in this case. The problem comes if the issues that this officer had are the same things that they dealt with in the Koberger case. It's already been revealed that it was on another case. He hid exculpatory evidence for a year. So there you go. But then you've got to think, what could that be in this case? What could he hide? There we go. Not according to the affidavit. I'm just keeping a look on here. Days later, what have I missed? What have I missed while I was going on a little mini rant? I've doubt about his DNA on the sheath. I think a lot of people have doubt about his DNA on the sheath. A lot of people. They're saying, like this thing here, what I just was showing you, I wanted to just show you this before I clicked off. And this specifically looks at this. Look, Brian Koberger's attorneys are likely to seize the opportunity to sow doubt about DNA left on a knife sheath at the scene where 4 University of Idaho students were murdered, according to legal experts. Koberger, 28, is charged in the deaths of Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Canola, and Ethan Chapin. The 4 University of Idaho students were stabbed to death in a rental home in Moscow on November 13th. Police arrested Koberger, a graduate student at Washington State University in Pullman. I'm just reading stuff what you already know. I want to just get to the bit. The affidavit said the Idaho State Lab reported that DNA on a knife sheath was matched with DNA from the suspect's father found in trash taken from Koberger's parents' home in Pennsylvania. Koberger was taken into custody and extradited to Idaho. He has not yet entered a plea to 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary, but a lawyer who previously represented him said he was eager to be exonerated. It says here, according to Howard Blum, a journalist and author working on a book about the murders, the knife sheath was sent out of Idaho to be tested by a startup in Texas. They sent it first to the lab in Idaho, and the lab in Idaho couldn't find anything, so they thought this might be a dead end, Blum said on the Megyn Kelly show earlier in March. In an appearance on News Nation on Wednesday, Blum said investigators sent the knife sheath to Texas because they wanted to make an arrest. They wanted desperately to tie the suspect to this knife sheath, he said. The lab in Texas specialized in proprietary devices that made what is called kinship DNA, Blum said. You could figure out a relative of the DNA that you already had, and this lab was set up to investigate unsolved murders. The lab had only been used for cold cases prior to Moscow police sending it the knife sheath. It's a problem for the prosecution if the reports are accurate and the first lab did not match the DNA to Koberger, Nima Rahmani, an attorney and former federal prosecutor, told Newsweek. Even though familial DNA matches are new, the state is going to have to explain why the first lab drew a different conclusion. Rahmani added it is uncommon for such a bloody crime scene to have only a single source of DNA connected to a defendant. The defense will argue that it was transferred or planted. There may also be a lot of other people's DNA at the scene because it was a party house. The defense will argue that law enforcement didn't rule them out as suspects. So there you go. This is where this now all starts spiraling out of control, isn't it? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Laura M, what's up? Nice to see everyone. Better late than never. Better late than never indeed, Laura. Better late than never. Nelly B, I think someone was already in the house and there was a driver. PK was one of them. Again, I can't rule that out. I don't think any of us can rule out that there was more people involved in it. I just can't get my head round it. Heather Sturgos, new member. Thank you. But why pick Dirty Burger out of so many possibilities? Valid point. Why pick him? Maybe because he was a loner, a bit of a weirdo, easy target. They knew that he was in and out of the place because he was doing drugs, perhaps. You know, it's a weird one, isn't it? It is strange. Have you heard anything back from Justin? No, I did email him. I emailed Justin. Why am I looking up there? Hello. I did email Justin. I don't know. I might be able to show you the email. What did I send email? Let me see if I can bring it up on the screen. How do I get into my sent box? See, this is how good I am. I don't even know how to get into the sent box. What's that then? All inboxes. Let's have a look. Can I find it? Justice. I get so many emails. It's unreal. I've had 47 emails since I've been on this stream. I don't even know. I don't know how to get that up. I can do it on my... is that it? No. I'll find it. Not now, because I'm rubbish. But I will find it, and I'll show you what I sent to him. But I did basically email him saying that you've basically come to me, give me a load of information. I've said, look, I will go over your video and have a look at it and see what you're saying, give you the benefit of the doubt, but then you went off on a complete and utter fucking tangent and talking utter nonsense. You came with deadlines saying that you're going to be doing an interview with this person's going to be arrested on this date, so on and so forth, and none of it has come true, and then you're asking me for an apology because I've said that you're fucking full of shit. I just said if you get hell will freeze over before you get an apology, but I did say, look, if it all comes to fruition and he's all right and he is right, then I'll wear a t-shirt with his face, my face, love heart, and I love Justin. I'll do it. I'm a man of my word, and I say things like that because I fucking know it ain't gonna happen. I have a gut feeling he's going to go free. Does that work or not? Does that work? No. I'm getting muddled with my mouses. Go free, whether because he's not guilty or because of a fucked up case. Something doesn't sit right with me. I think, well, I don't want to say it. I've got a video coming out which just puts that into a small little package. I'll wait. You'll see that. Like I say, I'm not going to ruin it because there's sunset in it and everything. It's beautiful. So I'll let you. Are we talking about Justin? Yeah, we are talking about Justin. I'm not going to give him too much airtime. But what did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about this briefly, which is obviously the Madeleine McCann situation. That Julia Festina has obviously gone on to Dr. Phil, and she has gone balls deep in the fact that she is now saying that she believes that she's Madeleine McCann. That statement itself has now made me believe that this is purely now a scam. Absolute scam. I have now lost any respect for her whatsoever. Any respect for her whatsoever. I'll show you, what have I got here? Polish woman who believes she is Madeleine McCann has denied her parents' claims she stole her birth certificate and childhood photos to hide that she is not the missing British girl. Julia Festina, 21, doubled down on a widespread claim she could be Madeleine, who disappeared aged 3 during a 2007 holiday vacation. And her parents have accused her of fueling a web of lies and manipulation. I believe I am Madeleine McCann, she said. In a written statement aired during Dr. Phil's show, Festina's parents, who insist they are the woman's biological kin, said it was obvious that Julia isn't Maddie. For us as a family, it's obvious Julia is our daughter, granddaughter, sister, niece, cousin and stepniece. Julia also has these photos because she took them from the family home with the birth certificate, as well as numerous hospital discharges. And what I will say here, and what a few people I've seen scattered about who have said this, how the fuck did she get a passport with no birth certificate? How did she manage to get a passport and leave Poland, go to the United States, clearly with a passport, if she didn't provide the documents to do it? Now, I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. I genuinely did. I thought to myself, do you know what? If there's something going on, she's being honest, and, you know, she thinks that she could be Maddie, but she's open to the fact that she might not be. She could be someone else. But to double down and say, I think I'm Madeleine McCann, yeah, full of shit. Lost everything now. Let's have a look. If you mean the Brady Giglio, there is not a chance it will result in him being exonerated. I say this because several lawyers here, Traggers and Dad Traggers, have broken it down. I did read Traggers Law. I did read that. Listen to it, sorry. I listened to it actually before I come on here. I do like them pair. But, yeah, Julia Festina, I've lost every ounce of respect. She needs help, bless her. She does need help, and I hope she gets the help that she needs, because she's clearly needing some help. We've got a mixture in chat because obviously some people joined late and they're working behind. So, if I don't address you, I don't want to keep going backwards and forwards because we've only got about 20 minutes left. And this is all about punctuality, getting here, getting the meat and potatoes sorted and getting out so you lot can go and have dessert somewhere else. I don't dish up dessert. It's just meat and potatoes here. What else did I want to touch on? Just the Stephen Smith. I also, before we go, I want to touch on this Ohio derailment as well, because there was a lot going on with that. That's bad. That is bad. That derailment and what's going on over there. That's some look. The government has look over there. Look over here, everyone. Well, this shit is over here, and that's bad. But we'll come back to that. But Stephen Smith case, we've obviously been touching on the Stephen Smith case. For those of you who haven't been following the Stephen Smith case, I don't know if any of you are not following it. I would imagine that the vast majority of you are. You can put a number 1 in chat if you do not know what the Stephen Smith case is about, and I will touch on it briefly just to get you caught up. So a number 1 in chat if you don't know who that Stephen Smith is. But I'll wait for that to see if we've got any ones. But if not, we'll just move forward and just touch on where that is. Because they're also, apparently, I knew they were looking to do it, but apparently it's been given the go-ahead to also exhume Satterfield's body as well, the housekeeper. We have got some ones in here. So Stephen is the young boy who lost his life not far from the Moselle mansion, the Murdaughs. It was said that he was romantically involved with Buster. That's not been confirmed, but it has been implied. And it was implied massively that Buster and Paul could have been involved in his death. Originally, back in 2015, they said it was a hit and run. The injuries were not consistent with that. There was an internal investigation that there was arguments, and it was ruled as a hit and run. So they found something while investigating the deaths of Maggie and Paul Murdaugh. And they obviously found something during the search of the Moselle property, and they've reopened it, and it has now been deemed as a homicide. So it would appear that there's some skeletons come out of the closet. For those of you who don't know, they have put some images of Stephen Smith's the scene from where he was struck, and it's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Great points about cover-ups earlier, Harsh. Yeah, I don't know if anybody or everyone saw that video. I did a video and it was just sort of a nod back to Kylie Rodni and the Kylie Rodni case. And, you know, it struck me, and I'm just conscious of time. And you know what I'm like, I go off on a tangent. Someone said something and I have to. But look, I had to go back to it because I thought when we was all in the thick of things with the Kylie Rodni case, it was very apparent that some people struggled to understand the rape kit that was done. Is absolutely bizarre. I'll come back to that. I'm going to go back to Stephen in a second. I just wanted to interject with this. But yeah, when we was all really in that case, it was just hard for people to accept that there could be a conspiracy, that there could be a cover-up. You know, people just wouldn't have it. People won't have it. It was like you're talking alien to people. It's like these things don't happen. And then you see the Buster Murdaugh, Alex Murdaugh, Paul Murdaugh, Maggie, this whole situation, and what it unravels and shows you. And it shows you that for decades, this family controlled this entire area. They were the law. They were the law. And you're not telling me that that's the only place where that happens. It's not in the whole of the United States and the whole of the world. That's the only place where that happens to that extent. Do you know what I mean? It's bizarre. It's bizarre to now. Now we've seen the Murdaugh situation. You have to look at the Kylie Rodni situation in a different light and understand. On that night, you had a lot of kids. You had a lot of kids that were partying. They had alcohol illegally, because some of them just weren't even old enough to drink. So illegally they had drink. You can bet your bollocks to a barn dance that there was narcotics there. And that was in an area that the properties in there were millions of dollars. They're not like, these are affluent families. And you can imagine that they're the kids of law enforcement and lawyers and doctors and, you know, people with power and influence. And one young girl loses her life and nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything. And one of the kids who was there the night that she went missing and it turned up deceased, one of the kids was basically put in charge of the investigation, running the searches, running the liaison with everyone. It's fucking bizarre. That in itself, do you know what I mean? So anybody who can look me in the face and say that was normal, just don't get it. Just don't get it. Just do not get it. But, yeah, so Stephen Smith. Yeah, so Stephen Smith, it was ruled as a hit and run, but someone quite rightly pointed out that as part of this investigation, apparently they had ordered a rape kit for a rape test to be used. And I had a nod back to it in another video, and it was like, I wondered whether there was another injury to him that made them do that. Why would they do that? But the Murdaugh family had basically, their names had been brought up over 40 times in the course of that investigation. We heard in the letter from Stephen Smith's mum that the uncle of Buster had approached her before that had even been made public that the person who had been found was Stephen. You know what I mean? There's so many things weird about that case, but I can see that. But someone, again, quite rightly said, look, Alex ain't going anywhere. He ain't going anywhere. He's going to be in prison for a long, long time. We said, didn't we? If he lived to be 700 years old, he probably still wouldn't be saying the light of day. Why would he just not say that he did it? Save his son. If he does turn around and say he did it, you know Buster did it. But anyway, I'm just speculating, and I could be wrong. Just spitballing. Harsh, there is something so sweet about your outrage over police cover-ups. It's like it's new to you. I know it's not, but you are cute. Yeah, I think what I struggle with is that you see these... Like, I looked at the Kylie Rodni case, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, how can anybody think this is normal? How can anybody look at the stuff that's going on and genuinely think that there's nothing to see here? This was simply just an accident and there's nothing else happened. Done. Done deal. I don't get that. I don't get it. I look at it, and the more I look at it, and the more I watch old videos, and the more I watch the interviews, because I still do look at it. I still do watch it because it's hard. It's hard to think that we all just had to walk away from it. And yeah, I don't get it. It happens a lot. I'm originally from WVA, and trust me, I went to school with the mayor's daughter. They own car lots, one funeral home, an ambulance service, and the kids got away with everything. And do you know what I mean? I can understand that. I know people, do you know what I mean, who have got money, and the stories and the things, yeah. If you've got money, mate, you get away with stuff. That's as simple as that. You get away with stuff. Money don't buy you happiness, they say, but it gets you out of jail free. I love this channel, one of my favourites. Thank you very much, Ali. I still think it's an accident, but I could be wrong. And do you know what, baby girl? This is what I say. I wouldn't rule out the fact that it was an accident. Not at all. Like death by misadventure, whatever. They were fucking about. They were drunk. They were drinking. They were taking drugs, whatever. What I don't believe is that nobody saw her drive into the water. That's what I struggle with. I think that they knew she went into the water. They knew she went into the water and they left her there and pretended they didn't see anything. Whether they tried to get her out, couldn't, and they wanted to hide it because they thought that was going to backfire and affect them through the school and whatever, because there was drinks, etc., etc. That's what I'm thinking. I don't necessarily think that there was foul play in terms of someone beat her to death or anything like that. I just think that there's more to it. I can't see that she went into the water and nobody knew anything. Not even the fire cam footage, if you want to believe that that's genuine, even that shows very clearly cars around the area after she went in, near to where she went in, going back up. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it annoys me. Annoys me. What do we got? What do we got? And the last thing before we go, before I do the airings giveaway, as I'm going to give them away to someone on this live. It just makes it fucking easier. Someone who's commented in the live. I'm just going to do a random picker. Random picker. Just like scroll through and click on it. Right, was the train, wasn't it? This. There's been another train derailment as well, hasn't there? There's been another one. Is it that? The whole screen's gone blank. What's that? There was another one in Minnesota. Did you know that? Minnesota. Let's bring that up for you. Yeah, another one. Another bad one. Look. Train derailment. Minnesota. Evacuation order lifted. How many train crashes, train derailments do you guys have? That's absolutely crazy. More than a dozen rail cars on a BNSF train derailed near Raymond, Minnesota early Thursday, with several derailed tankers carrying ethanol starting on fire. 22 rail cars derailed at 1:02 a.m. The Candiyoe. I've crucified that, ain't I? I apologise. I have no idea what that says. Candiyoe County Sheriff's Office says the train was carrying ethanol and corn syrup liquid. Numerous rail cars were engulfed in flames. Just what you want. But that's not the one we're talking about. This is the one that we're talking about. Have I just put that back? Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. Right, so check this out. So they are saying, after the EPA agreed to require Norfolk Southern to test for dioxins, an initial round of sampling found East Palestine soil to contain levels hundreds of times greater than the exposure threshold above which EPA scientists in 2010 found poses cancer risk. That is potentially one of the biggest disasters that you guys have seen of this nature for a long, long time. That's like a mini fucking Hiroshima. Chernobyl. That could... There's people there who are complaining that they are ill, like badly ill, and that is not being covered, that's not being spoken about. And they are covering stuff up. It's bad. It's bad. What do we got? I'm going to dig into comments. I'm going to, in a second, if you guys just want to do some commenting, just random comments, and then I'm just going to go through and click a random person, and that will bring you up on the screen. If you're brought up on the screen, you will win. And this is how it works. So if your name comes up on the screen, you need to email me and tell me that you're the person who won, obviously, and then we'll arrange getting them out to you. I'll get them out to you tomorrow. I'll send them tomorrow. I've still not sent out the hoodie that I did last time. Somebody emailed me and then I deleted the email. So if you're the person who won the hoodie in the last stream, you need to message me again because I haven't sent it out. I even bought the hoodie to replace it and I didn't send another one. I didn't send the one out. So you need to contact me. But let's go. I'm just going to go, like, I'm not going to look. I'm just going to go through. I'm not looking. Blocking that screen. Click. Fiona Gregory. Fiona Gregory is the person who won. I don't know if Fiona Gregory's still here. But Fiona Gregory, you have won. So you've got 48 hours to email me. And if you email me, then we shall set up getting them out to you. And yeah, that's it. And if she hasn't emailed me in that amount of time, then I will redo it again. I'm going to get more of these, by the way. But and I'll get them out to you. I want to do some more stuff. Do you know what I mean? I want to do some more giveaways. I like doing giveaways. Just like this. I'm going to do them on lives and things like that. Fiona Gregory, there she goes. Fiona Gregory is here. You've just got to email me. You've just got to email me, Fiona. Tell me what. I'm not going to email you tonight because it's like 20 to midnight here. But tomorrow I will email you back and we'll get it arranged to get them out to you. But yeah, they are the off-white earrings. There you go. Genuine. From Flannels. I like off-white stuff. I do. I've got off-white earring. Not that one. Myself. I like it. I like it. But we've got some comments in chat. Has anybody got anything they'd like to say or comment on or us to touch on before we wrap up? We've literally got 4 minutes. Because like I say, I don't like keeping you too long. I know you guys have got stuff to do. We've touched on the fact it goes so quick, doesn't it? It literally goes like that. But what do we got? 9:38 a.m. here and all. I can't get over that. It's me, Sienna. The jury is coming in now. Possibly lack of infrastructure. Fancy. Give the stream a like. Yeah, on your way out, give the stream a like. We've actually got more likes than we've got people in. We've got 452 in, 460 likes. Can't complain at that, can we? But that is it. If we haven't got anything else to touch on, what do we got? So much fun to hang out. Love you, Harsh. Thank you very much, Kathy. That is very kind of you. Can you give it to another person, please? Can you give it to another person? I certainly can. I will go through the comments again. Fiona has spoken. I'm going to not look. I've just got to make sure my mouse is positioned over the picture. I'm not going to look. I'm going to click. We've got someone else. FD Johnson. So, FD Johnson, you are now the winner. Cool. We've got all the drama and everything here, haven't we? All the drama. All the drama. So FD Johnson, we'll make sure that FD Johnson wants them. Obviously, they looked at them earrings and thought, I don't want them. Fuck that. Not my cup of tea, Harsh. Not my cup of tea. But FD Johnson, 48 hours to email me. Tell me it's you. Tell me where I've got to send them. And I'll get them sent. Do you think she's in here? FD Johnson? We'll see if she actually acknowledges, because we might have to go again if she's left, because I doubt she'd come back. Do we go again? We'll give her a minute, Zoe. We'll give her a minute before I log off. FD Johnson, you've won. FD Johnson, oh my thank you, she's here. She is here. I think this one runs a little bit slower than that one. Or does it go quicker than that one? But FD Johnson, she has spoken. So 48 hours to email me and we'll get them out to you. But that is absolutely everything. I'd like to thank you all for spending an hour with me. I am hoping to do more I've just had so much going on. We've had so much building stuff going on, everything. It's been absolutely crazy. And like I say, changing everything, changing the equipment, ready for when we're out and about and travelling about. I'm going to be taking you away. I think we're going to Amsterdam. We're going to go to Anne Frank's house. Some of you will know who that is, some of you won't. And we're off to Spain, and we're off to somewhere else. So we're going to be doing videos from Spain and Amsterdam and all that lot. So I will take you along, and I'll be doing some videos on the other channel as well that aren't about this sort of stuff. So some more fun stuff. And by fun, I mean we're going to be taking the piss out of people. Nobody's a loser, Jelly Bean. You're just a delayed winner. Do not worry. You're just a delayed winner. Everyone's a winner, eventually. Thank you very much, Dixie. Thank you very much to the mods. If we can thank those mods, they are all absolutely awesome. We've got Dixie, we've got Jennifer, we've got My May, Blue and Gold in the house as well. Did I say Dixie? We've obviously got Dope as well somewhere. She's probably gone off. I know she's very busy. But yeah, fantastic team of mods. If you're not a member of the Discord, join the Discord. If one of the mods could drop the Discord link in before we log off, that would be fabulous, because we do bingo and all sorts. We give merch away through there. And on the Mental Health Live on Sunday, I'm going to be giving one of the hoodies away as well. I do have hoodies. I don't sell them because I don't want the money for them, but I give them away. So on Sunday, I'm going to be giving one of I've done a new design that's just for the bingo, just for the giveaways. And yeah, that's what we do. So yeah, don't sell merch. Don't want to sell it. You guys have got enough things to worry about worrying about buying merch. So don't worry. But Sunday, I'll be giving one away. But that is it. Oh my God, I finally got a live. Love your channel. Great to have you here. But we are now clicking off. So with that being said, y'all know, y'all are my babies.